Hello YouTube. This is my 3x3x2 modification. Basically, it's just your standard 3x3x2. Works just the same. But basically what I've done is I made cuts into these edge pieces. And what that allows this puzzle to do is kind of extend its motion. So with an ordinary cuboid, if you have 3x2, so even and odd, basically the concept is you can't turn it because this piece is halfway in between, but as you can see, there's this neat line that just kind of goes right through it now. So, as you might have guessed already, this thing can shapeshift. So, it can shapeshift, but normally when puzzles shapeshift, they get bandaged a little bit and they turn into another puzzle. This really doesn't turn into any real puzzle once it starts shapeshifting, because basically you can always have one of these 4 layers that is capable of turning, but it might be restricted to only a couple things. It's hard to explain, but get a quick look at the mechanism. Whoops. So as you can see, the only pieces that have been modified are these pieces. So this was originally an edge, fit together like that, and all I've done is just cut it directly in half. It's pretty simple. All you need to do is just cut it right in half, smooth out the pieces a little bit. I used a hacksaw and a miter box, so this doesn't need to be the most absolutely precise thing. This puzzle really reminds me of the other puzzle kind of similar to this that I've made. It's a Square 4 if you haven't seen it, and basically it's the only other white puzzle I have, and it kind of reminds me of this because, and I guess it is sort of a similar puzzle because it has these little thin layers, and this puzzle basically works on the concept of extending the motion and being able to shapeshift in ways that ordinary square ones can't. And they're both pretty loose, so it's kind of a really similar puzzle. So anyways, that is the the 3x3x2 mod. If you guys have any good ideas on what to name it, let me know. And also, if you guys, if anybody knows of any puzzles similar to this or exactly like this, because I'm not sure exactly what to call the motion that this does. Is it jumbling? Is it shapeshifting? Is this still a cuboid, or is it just something completely different? So anyways, I guess now I should scramble it to show what it can do. So first some ordinary scrambles without shape-shifting. Alright, that looks pretty good. And on to shape-shifting moves. So do that, and basically it's kind of weird. If you shapeshift it properly, you can actually get it to do some pretty weird things, but I don't know, it takes, depending on the first couple moves you do of shapeshifting, you can change how it's going to look in the future. So that's a pretty good scramble, but I can't get it out of this now that I've scrambled it this way. But you can actually lock this up and just turn it up even more to the point where only one of these 2 layers, you can see that this layer and this layer are working. And basically, the puzzle can shapeshift in, like, how do I explain this? You can get it to the point where it actually, like right now, this is mirroring each other for some reason. I don't know how to make it so it doesn't mirror itself. And basically once you do that, all you need to do is like bring it like that, and it's back into the cube, like into the ordinary puzzle. But if I do like, or like these other shape shifts that are a little bit more like, really hard to do them, but I mean, like, if I get the right way, I can't seem to do it again, but you can get this thing shape-shifted into a way where these two are not just mirrored. You can see they're mirrored right now. But yeah, and anyways, that is the 3x3 that can shapeshift. And another question just to leave in the comments if you have any idea is, what puzzle does this turn into, like with shapeshifting? Because it can't be a 2x2x3 because it can only make layers like this and it can't do this. But so it can only go through this axis once it's shapeshifted, and it can turn the top layer 90 degrees. And yeah, but it's kind of strange. And I guess if you can get into a different shapeshifted way, you can mess it up even further and everything. But yeah, that was the 3x3x2 that can shapeshift. Thank you for watching. This is what I was talking about when you can only shapeshift. I mean, you can only turn this top layer, and you can't turn this bottom layer, and they're not mirrored. So that was the type of shapeshifting I was talking about earlier. And it can always move this middle axis. There's no way to shapeshift it in which it can not move this middle slice. So, yeah.